uSports Central entering the NCAA tournament here. Charles, obviously the seeding and selection show for that came out. Colorado State, obviously in the Mountain West tournament, got snubbed a bit. What do you think about that real quick before we jump in? Yeah, there we go. We need something on a Monday.
I do not agree with that because Colorado State, yes, the RPI.
They're trash. Are you kidding me?
But UCLA didn't deserve it, man.
Look, we've done a trash can segment. We're going to bring that back. Jason Pohl is going to put the Colorado Rams in the trash, Colorado State Rams, because they're trash. They don't belong in the tournament. They didn't beat anybody.
Okay, but UCLA does?
Yeah.
They were 2-8 against
beat
good
Utah.
Teams. They only had 2 wins against
They had
good
the
teams.
hardest schedule in the nation, UCLA.
You got to win.
They actually play somebody. Colorado State plays School of the Blind
in the tournament.
And it's School of the Blind, and they should get in. Get out of here. They're a trash can material.
You're just hating because they're in the Mountain West.
All right, we're talking about the Mountain West. Let's talk about the
Lobos
Lobos then here on 3 and Out. And it's our first topic. It is the New Mexico Lobos and their season. You know, I'm over it now, Charles. The season's been done for a little bit. They lose on Wednesday to Air Force. They dropped 9 out of 10 games, their final 10 games of the season. And it was almost a snowball effect, right? Lose one, lose another tied, and then all of a sudden they came tumbling down a hill. Coach Craig Neal, not in a good place right now.
Not in a good place. I hate saying but you still have next season to build. Like, things can happen. His guys are going to grow up. They're going to have one season under their belt. He's going to get some explosive guys. Well, we're assuming explosive guys coming in to help score. We know Cullen Neal can score. Well, we know he can shoot. So that's number one. You got to be able to you got to shoot it to score. So there's guys who are going to come in and actually be aggressive on the offensive end. And I think that will help UNM solve a lot of their problems. They were very deficient in the offensive end of the floor. Defense was good, I thought.
Look, I've been saying it all year. Like, I've been done with this year, and we knew it's been done for a while. And anybody who thought that we're going to go in and win the Mountain West Conference tournament for the 4th straight year, it just wasn't going to happen. So I believe in Coach Neal because I like some of the players that we're bringing in. The point guard Brown's going to be fantastic. Elijah Brown. We've got Dane Coupier. I don't know if
he's just a freshman, though.
I don't know if you've seen Dane Coupier play though. He's the best player in Arizona, and this dude can hoop it. He's coming in. You've got Cullen Neal coming off, who I always believed in, and people that don't believe in, I don't think have watched him play enough. Charles, I've been fortunate enough to call about 40 of his games. The kid can hoop. All right, and I think he started to prove it at the beginning of this year that the kid could hoop. So he's going to be a great addition to bring back for the New Mexico Lobos. Some of the bigs are getting better. A Jet is looking good. So I just think no one likes to hear next year. We said it with football too, but next year.
But it's the reality of it. Sometimes you have a down season or whatnot. But look, Cullen Neal can hoop. I was on the other end sitting on that Albuquerque High bench witnessing him drop numerous 40-point games on us in those battles. So the kid can play. A Jet really developed. He's catching the ball a lot cleaner now, finishing. The defensive end, he was already good. You got Brown coming in. I'm interested to see if they're going to move Cullen to have him just play 2 guard with Brown starting. That's a formidable backcourt.
It will happen like that. Dane, I like Cullen better as a 2.
Yes.
I like him better as a 2 because he can shoot. Cullen doesn't need to helm the court and assist and pass. I know he can do some of that stuff, but he's a shooter. Cullen's a scorer, not just a shooter. He's a scorer. He can drive a little bit too and score. So I like that. I hope he does go to the 2. I think Brown will helm as the point guard, and I think New Mexico's got a bright future.
Yeah, you still got Logwood.
Pump the brakes.
Think about all the guys coming back.
Pump the brakes.
You got everyone coming back. Yeah, you lost Delaney and Greenwood, but no knock on them. It's not like they were scoring 20 points a game each, and it's like, oh, where are we going to get this scoring? You have scorers coming back. You have this entire team coming back. To me, that's a huge step in as far as like developing your foundation. They should be a 18-20 type win team next year with conference championship aspirations. So
maybe Charles Ashley will step on the court. Who knows? Come out of retirement. Come out of retirement.
I'll go coach.
Heard you could get up. Little dunk.
No, not anymore. So, hey, I want to talk about these quarterfinals.
Yeah,
I've been waiting forever to talk about the quarterfinals. That happened Saturday. No, Thursday, I believe.
Wednesday,
yes, because Thursday was a bad semifinal.
It was crazy quarterfinal Wednesday and bad semifinal Thursday.
It was.
Let's start with your Bulldogs against Carlsbad. This was not shocking to us. That score is reversed, actually. 51-50, Albuquerque High beats Carlsbad.
Yeah, come on, now, Jay Pohl, you can't be disrespecting
Jay Pohl's disrespecting
my Bulldogs back there, man.
We saw this come. We both
Yes.
predicted Albuquerque High into the Final Four. Carlsbad fans, and we love their team, by the way,
Yes.
Carlsbad. I love what Coach Jamal Brown's done, but I just saw this coming because Albuquerque High's guards is undervalued. Gabe Bump, Alonzo Armijo, Tommy Holtry, Yannick Alunga, they're undervalued. Ray J. Cole, by the way, stepped up big as Christian Enriquez got hurt the very first play and was out for the rest of the tournament. Big lead. Trevin Ramirez was dynamite.
He was.
Big lead.
I like him.
Albuquerque High, though, comes back. Gabe Bump had a flawless, and I mean flawless second half, 21 points in all, and Albuquerque High holds on to win that one.
Yeah, they got down big, and we've been saying all year, and I know because most people, oh, you're a homer, that's your team, but I really do think Gabe Bump and Armijo are one of the best backcourts in the state. Most people didn't know about them because they're undersized. You don't see, they're not a lot of flash with them, but they get the job done. Carlsbad, talk about a formidable team. Big wings, big down low.
Boatwright.
A solid point guard.
Shakur Smith, I think, could be used better because of his size and athleticism.
I think you put the ball in his hands a lot more,
Yeah.
no one can compete, but the Bulldogs get it done. Crazy because
Farmington versus Gallup.
This was crazy.
We did. This was the wildest one. So with 1 minute left to go in the third quarter, the 7-seed Gallup Scorpions thought the fourth time was the charm against the Gallup Bengals. District rivals going at it, and Farmington had a 24-point lead, Charles. Well, Gallup comes storming back, and on the buzzer, wins it. They come back from 24 down with 9 minutes left in the game to win it, and Gallup ended up obviously going to the championship game and losing to Centennial, but what a wonderful comeback that was.
Yeah, 24 points. You going into the fourth quarter, people were wondering, oh, man, this game's over. What happened to Gallup? And then I went up the ramp to get something to drink or whatever. And I started hearing the crowd. I was like, wait a minute, are they coming back? So
Yeah.
you go down and you see that they're only down 4. And what I like about Gallup, they kept fighting. No matter what the score was saying, they kept pressing. They kept trying to force the issue. And Farmington, what killed them? Free throws. They got into the bonus early, and they couldn't hit free throws.
They couldn't handle the pressure of Gallup. So Gallup comes back, maybe the biggest comeback I've seen in state championships.
Had to be.
Cleveland takes down Sandia in double overtime, Charles. The Matadors held a 6-point lead. Actually, let's rewind. Cleveland had a 15-point lead late in the third. Sandia comes back. Cruz is on fire. Cruz hits 6 3-pointers in the second half, one of them in overtime before he fouled out. Tapia ended up hitting 4 3-pointers on the comeback, but Cleveland in double overtime wins. And then the best one, in my opinion, was the very nightcap. The Rio Rancho Rams come storming back, down 14 at one point against Valley, and Brady Patterson, with 0.6 seconds to play, hits the game winner. So Brady Patterson, he pulls up a 15-footer. We're going to show you that highlight on Thursday. It's fantastic. And even though he had 20 points and shot the ball, didn't shoot the ball too well.
It was a rough 20.
It was what a great Wednesday. All these games that we're telling, that was Wednesday.
Probably one of the greatest Wednesdays in a long time for the quarterfinals. A ton of reporters were saying the same thing. A ton of people were saying the same thing. So that consensus.
One more to talk about, actually, the Grants Pirates and Roswell Coyotes.
That's crazy.
Grants with the upset without 2 of their starters, Richie Lucero out. Grants comes back and beats Roswell down 12. So all the games were fantastic. They were everything
you
wanted.
They were down 13-0 in the first quarter.
It was amazing.
I thought it was over. Good run for Grants. So.
It was great. So that was quarterfinal Wednesday. Like we said, semifinal Thursday. There was a lot of blowouts because the Hob Eagles were just that good. They were the only blowout on Wednesday, actually. Hey, come on back here. We'll talk a little bit more about the tournament and what stood out to us here on 3 and Out and uSports Central.